Good day, ma'ams and sirs, and welcome to the Number 9 with Tommy podcast, where we spin a big wheel and guess at letters until we can solve the puzzle, while an ageless beauty struts around looking fine as hell. We've spent countless hours these last 2 weeks at the Second Armament Lab. I don't know how much sleep I'm averaging at night, and I'm too tired to give it a stab. It's hats, hoodies, and t-shirts, far too many to count. And they're all headed to the fair with us in a seemingly infinite amount. So do us a favor at the Goshen Fair this weekend and stop by our booth to say hi. Don't forget to join us there on the podcast and pick some apparel to buy. We'll make a quick video together and you'll be a special, fuck me. We'll make a quick video together and you'll be a social media legend. Tell us an embarrassing story or share one of life's little lessons. We've got questions made aplenty and special guests in attendance. You worked hard for your money all week, and I've got a plan on how all you fucks can come spend it. I'm sleepy and tired and desperate to have a little snooze. Nick is probably still printing shirts as I speak, and he's sipping some brews. Tommy is burning the candle at each of its ends, and we all want to see you in Goshen, Number Niners and friends. And now, the AV geek with the stuttering beak, the messiah of the camera wire, the king of recording things, the bald-headed and not too tall or shredded, the nicest eyes for the nicest guy who would tell you how he feels even if you're twice his size, Tommy fucking Washington. What's been up, man? How are you?
Yeah, I'm glad you threw that in there. I tell you how I feel even if you're twice my size. So I have a great fucking story to tell. I'm going to tell it right after this. Pat, I'm great. We printed some hoodies today. I think between Thursday night and today we printed something like probably close to 450 to 500 shirts at the Second Armament Lab there. The last 2 weeks are probably well over 700 shirts, 300 hats. Just crazy shit going on over there. Where are you going? Where are you going?
I'm not really going anywhere. I'm just checking to make sure that my plug is all the way in because you're a little bit fuzzy. I think I'm good now.
What's crazy is you say I'm a little bit fuzzy now. We've been talking on Discord for like an hour.
I know. It's actually been the last several episodes when you've been a little bit fuzzy and it destroys me like mentally, and it is not fixed by me fucking with the cord, just so we're clear.
Super. I have you have another set of headphones there. Why don't you use those?
Well, I think, Tom, what's going to end up happening, I do have another set of headphones. I'll try it.
Maybe
I
it's
think
the
what's going to end up happening one day is you leave your shit running and fucking Erica goes down and talks so you can hear what the fuck I'm talking about. Hold on one second. I'm going to switch these headphones. Let's try that.
Yeah, you gotta finish your story.
No, that's my whole story. Like, you should leave your shit on and come down to my house and then have Erica talk to you and me so you can hear on those headphones what the fuck is going on.
Is it better now on those headphones?
It's significantly better. It's not perfect, but it's much, much better.
It probably has something to do with the splitter that you're using to use the two headphones, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because it allows you to run 90 fucking sets of headphones.
Yeah, that's probably all it is. Second Armaments in the chat, he said, yo, making some hoodies, LOL, let's go. So he's ready to go. He'll be printing hoodies till
he's making gray hoodies right now. I can promise you that.
Yeah. Lots of hoodies were made. So anyway, so I got this great story. So Thursday night I went to Second Armament's house. We made t-shirts. And when I left, Pat, you remember I called you. I had a flat tire.
I was driving right behind you.
Yeah, and I asked you to follow me to the house. I woke up Friday, put air in the tire, got to work. Decided to go to Town Fair Tire to have them patch the tire. And when they went to go pull it in, Second Armament said his gray hoodies are done. I just, for the first time in a while, printed a hoodie with the upside down logo. Guess we have a hoodie giveaway. It's a medium, though. Got to figure out what to do with it. Nick, I hear that you're a medium because you are not a man anywhere women's shirts.
Nick made the official hoodie for 69, and that's exactly how we're going to advertise that.
So anyway, so I went to town fair and they were going to bring my truck in to patch a tire. Came back in and he's like, hey, where's your wheel lock? And if you remember, I bought the truck in November. I bought it used. And I said, good question. So I went and ripped apart the inside of this truck. I could not find the wheel lock anywhere. And he said, well, I can't do shit without the wheel lock. And he said, maybe if you go to the dealer, they can match it up with the one that you have. So Saturday morning, I went to the dealer. The dealer was no help with this situation. They pretty much laughed me out of the parts department. So I said, okay, Colin, my boy, we're going to Harbor Freight because that's where all the tool guys go, is cheap tool store. And we're going to find something that's going to get this lock off. Okay. So they sell a kit that's specifically designed to remove these locks when you don't have the key. So I buy the
that's
kit.
A perfect thing to sell criminals. Great.
Yeah, it's $40 for the kit though, so they probably can't afford it, but I can. So I buy the $40 kit, and it doesn't even fit over the wheel lock. So I've now wasted $40, and I'm like, "Fuck, man, what am I gonna do?" So I look up a couple YouTube videos, and I had tried this the night before, and I used a 12-point socket and smashed it on over it because there's like a locking ring on this one. So you gotta smash the locking ring off, then use another size smaller than that and smash it over it and take it off. So that's what I did. I went in, I bought a whole set of 12-point sockets because they don't sell them individually. And
did you buy 12-point deep impact sockets?
No, they don't have deep impact 12-point sockets. They only have. I bought shallow sockets, chrome sockets. So,
but they were impact.
No, they were not impact. They do not sell 12-point impact sockets. I've never seen one.
That's what I'm like. That doesn't even make sense.
So I buy a chrome socket, and I'm out in the parking lot, and I'm smashing the socket over the lock, and I hear a guy from across the parking lot go, "Hey, you want an electric impact gun for that?" And I go, I'm just trying to get the wheel lock off. I don't have the lock for it. And he goes, I know. I'm a mechanic. I've been there. And he walks over, right? And so I got the breaker bar on it, and the breaker bar is just slipping over the top of it. And he goes, I'll be right back. So he drives up, and of course, he's a man's man, so he's driving a Ram. He pulls up.
Jesus Christ.
pulls out the electric, and while he's pulling it back up, I'm smashing the socket back over the top of it. Whack, whack, whack. Puts his impact gun on there. Whoop, came right off. What a fucking... You know what, Pat? You know what that... I got in the truck, and I said to Colin, Colin, there's still good people in this world. That guy didn't have to say fucking boo to me, and he came over and gave me a hand. I almost felt compelled to, like, offer him some money. Like $10 or something, but I didn't want to insult them either by offering them money. So I just thanked them about 100 times. And I was like, I really appreciate it. He's like, no problem, man. Hope your day gets better. And he asked me, he's like, you want to take off the rest of these? I was like, no, I'm just going to get off this one. I'll take care of the rest after this. Because I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm a mechanic too. And like, I got a million fucking tools at work. And this, like, I'm not going to get into all that with him. Just, I appreciate your help, sir. You didn't have to do that. And carry on with your day. You did your good deed for the day. So I felt really good about that. And I just wanted to share it with the world, man. This guy was a godsend.
Excellent. Did you tell him to listen to the podcast?
Nope. That wasn't really on my mind at the time, Pat.
No, I just, you're being very complimentary, and I was like, this motherfucker. This guy listens to the podcast so he can be complimented.
No. So if to make the story better, right? So then there's a town fair like a mile up the road from where I was. So I go in, I'm like, hey, I need you guys to patch this tire. I got the wheel lock off. No trouble there. Can you patch the tire? No problem, bud. So I'm standing in line. I'm like, hey, could you possibly price me a set of tires? Because I know that I'm going to need tires soon. I don't need them right now, but I want to have an idea in my head what I'm going to spend on tires. He goes, yeah, no problem. So I bring my truck around. He prices me out tires. I'm sitting in the waiting room. And he goes, hey, Mr. Washington, can you come take a look at this? And I come up, and he goes, you see right there? It's leaking right there. I go, yep, that's dry rot, ain't it? And he goes, yep. And he goes, so I can't patch that. And I felt like saying, try, motherfucker. I bet you I can do it. But I didn't get into that with him. So tomorrow I'm dropping my truck off to get 4 new tires. I'm riding around on a spare, and cost me $1,600.
Holy shit tits. Your tires are $400 a piece?
They're $280 a piece plus the mount and the alignment. So it came to about $1,600.
God damn. See, you talk so much shit about me putting used tires on my cars, but at fucking $50 a clip, and I mean $50 per service, not per tire. I don't feel bad about that shit.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Pat,
Whatever. I'll do it twice. I'll do it once every other year instead of having tires that last fucking what? How long do tires last?
That depends on how many miles you go.
That's what I mean. How many miles are you?
I just got like 40, 50,000 miles on them. My dad was talking hella shit because his truck where he bought it, he gets free tires for life as long as he does the recommended maintenance with it. And
hold on, Tom. Can I tell you? Right above me is my shower, right? And Miss Elizabeth is trying to get Siri to change to the next song, and she just keeps screaming, and it's not changing the song. And Liz is fucking pissed. It's funny as shit.
So my dad was talking hella shit to me yesterday about it, and I was like, dude, those tires that you got in that piece of shit F-150 are like $100 a piece. So say $500 fucking mounted. They're getting their money's worth for those tires because you're doing all the fucking services there. So you're paying for the tires. You don't even realize you're paying for them. So I'll pay the $1,600. We're good.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, if you're good with it, I'm good with it. Who gives a fuck? But I mean, at the end of the day, it's just money, and we're gonna make it all back at the Goshen Fair this weekend.
Yeah,
when the number niners come out and buy all the merchandise.
Yeah, man, $25 a shirt, $20 a hat. You buy a hat and a shirt combo, $40 out the door, baby. Plus that CT sales tax. Nick, by the way, I went and registered for the CT sales tax, and I tell Pat this. Check this out. I get taxed to be able to take tax from people. They charge me $100 fee so that I can accept tax on their behalf.
Fucked up.
It's fucking crazy. Oh my god. But yeah, so we're all set to go. I'm pretty fucking
It's like it's almost like double jeopardy, right? Like if you're proven innocent, then you can't go back to court for the same fucking crime. But for some reason outside of the justice system, they will charge you so that they can charge you. Like that, it's super. It's almost like sales tax and income tax. Like you shouldn't fucking pay. You're taxing my money twice, the same exact money twice.
Yeah, it's wild. But anyway, they just take government. Yeah, they just take advantage of us. Anyway, Pat, I don't know if you want to get right into memes.
Yeah, fuck yeah, let's go.
All right, let's do it. We got memes here. Pat,
did you read these memes as you did them? Because this is the most fucked up meme we've had.
This is the most fucked up meme I've ever seen in my life. I almost told you I wasn't going to put it in there. This isn't even mean, dude. It's a fucking goddamn news headline and then some asshole
Here's the
underneath
thing.
it.
We're not the ones who came up with it. So we're not the asshole.
Okay, sure.
Do you want to be the one to explain it, or would you like me to?
No, I don't want to explain this one, Pat. I think you should have to because you're a piece of shit.
Okay, again, I did not come up with this. This is a baby with no nose and his father, and the headline says RIP to the miracle baby. Eli, the baby born without a nose, dies age just 2. And Brandon Smith goes on Facebook and posts a picture of his thumb between his pointer finger and middle finger, the old I got your nose gag. This child was born without a fucking nose. Super fucked up. But when I saw it, I was like, well, fuck. That's funny.
Yeah, I don't think it was that funny. This one is a man and a wife in a therapy session. The wife starts off by saying he made 2 fat jokes yesterday. The husband said that's a lie. The therapist. Then why would she remember you making them? The husband said because elephants never forget. And the therapist says LMAO, savage. That's fucked up. Pat?
This one's for all the gamers out there, specifically for the gamers. It says 14-year-old girl arrested for secretly giving birth in a bathroom and killing her son and throwing him away. And somebody goes on and comments, spawn kill. It just brought me back to Call of Duty with the headsets. I fucking died when I saw this.
He spawn killed me. I'm getting spawn killed. That's fucked up. Pat, you're going to hell. Those are some fucked up.
That's fair.
Those are some fucked up memes, and I hope horrible things happen to you for bringing those to the show.
I appreciate that. Tom, I got to tell you, I went down a rabbit hole of, I was Googling like the most offensive memes known to man. So there's a lot of them in our future.
Oh, fantastic. Pat, I stopped recording.
There were like 5 that even I was like, probably not. But it's too far.
There's nothing.
There's one of Bill Cosby, and it just says, "Good morning, sleepyhead."
Just the headlines. All right, let's go. I dropped our new little ad read for the fair. You want to play it for Nick?
Excellent.
Because he'll never hear it.
Well, didn't the people listening on the radio just fucking hear it?
No, I just dropped on the radio. They did. We don't have to record it on top of us listening to it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, on the internet. Yeah, sure. Play it up.
Yeah, Pat, that's a great idea.
That's not the beginning of the ad read.
Nope, sure wasn't.
Dude, that's awesome.
Nope, that's not it either.
What the fuck are you doing?
Pat, there was a lot of breaks in you recording that. No, you weren't. Nope, there you go. That wasn't it either.
Right on, Bald.
Right on, Ball Tom.
Are you getting further? Good day, ma'ams and sirs.
Good day indeed, Pat. I couldn't be more excited.
You're excited. Tommy, I've been driving all the way to the ocean 4 times a day just to drop all the nervous poops before the upcoming season.
Number Niners, if you don't know what season Pat is freaking out about, it's fair season.
Right on, Bald Tom. Fair food, games, food, animal, arts, crafts, food, music, tractors, farm animals, and even food.
You're so fucking fat. You forgot to mention the most important part.
Fair food?
No, Pat. It's amazing you don't have like a guide dog or something. Us, Pat. We're the most important part.
Oh, right. I was getting there eventually.
No, you weren't. But I'll tell you where you are getting. In fact, we're both going to be there, side by side with Nick, the creator and owner of Second Armament Apparel Company. And that's the Goshen Fair this weekend.
Dude, that's awesome. We should have Second Armament make our merch out of his heavenly soft material and dope flex fit hats so that we can sling product next to him while we're there.
Yeah, Pat, that's a great idea. One that Nick and I have been working countless hours on to make a reality. And I'm proud to say we'll have new merch available for purchase at the Goshen Fair this weekend.
That's all of Nick's amazing designs?
Tons of merch.
That's going to be epic. I wonder if there's a way to give all of our loyal listeners a chance to be live on the podcast from the fair for quick little video segments that we can drop into our social media.
Already on it, Pat. In fact, we have a ton of questions ready to be asked for anyone and everyone to come and answer, and those interviews will be played both on the podcast and on our YouTube channel.
Damn, Tommy, you've really thought of everything this time. Merch, friends, audio, video, and what I'm sure will be stomach cramping laughter all weekend at the Goshen Fair.
Yeah, but Pat, your role is just as important because you have to say a whole 2-word catchphrase.
Number Niners, come join us at the fair in our booth, and I promise that we will all have a good day. Figured out why it sounds fucked up in my headphones. Remember I said it sounds like fast forwarded?
Yeah.
It's because it's like lagging. So then it speeds up to catch up because it happens to you sometimes when you talk too. Sometimes you're just like, yeah, so Pat, I was thinking, and I'm like, what the fuck? But I'm looking at you and your cadence is normal. So that's what's happening with that recording.
Cool.
I have no clue how that recording sounds, but according to Erica, it was laughable.
Yeah, it's not good. Anyway. All right. Just a tip.
We doing good.
Or just the head. Just a tip. Whatever the fuck we're doing. That was up. I love it. I need more social. I need that for my socials. Well, unfortunately, Nick, we only did audio on those. Anyway, back to what I was saying.
We actually could record one live and send it to him. I mean, it would only take a minute.
Yeah, kind of. We'll see. Anyway, Pat, you want to go over your just the headline news here?
Yeah, so this headline is from a newspaper. It's very blurry, and I can't tell you what newspaper, but this is the headline. Woman in sumo wrestler suit assaulted her ex-girlfriend in a gay pub after she waved at man dressed as a Snickers bar. And that is so much headline. I mean, that's fucking great. This has to be on Halloween, right?
Yeah, I would assume so. And it must have been in some kind of gay bar. Why she just
and
waved?
it's in Europe because they called it a gay pub.
Yeah, gay pub. What do you think she was after? Do you think she was after the old sausage or?
Well, she's a lesbian and he's a Snickers bar, so I'm guessing she wanted the nuts.
I see what you did there.
Oh, thank you.
Oh man. All right. That was the mediocre one, Pat. Mediocre.
All right, that's fair.
You don't have to read the article now.
Erica said you don't have to read the article now.
We don't, Erica, that's the whole point of the segment. We just read the headline.
That's why it's called Just the Head. Lines.
Just like that story I gave my niece.
That's right.
Question of the week. Pat?
All right, so this is a Am I the Asshole? It says, I'm just going to get right to it. She's a 25-year-old female. Boyfriend, he's a 28-year-old male, likes to be called daddy in bed while we're being intimate. I've obliged this request, but it's starting to creep me out, and I've decided I don't want to do it anymore. He is not happy with this and insists it has nothing to do with the connotation of the word. He just simply enjoys hearing me say it. Since he wasn't budging on the issue, I told him I'd like for him to call me grandma in bed as a compromise. He didn't like this option and said it was going to give him visuals he would prefer not to have. Like, okay, join the fucking club. Anyway, the last time he tried to initiate intimacy with me, I started to refer to myself as grandma in the third person. Do you like it when grandma does that? Etc. He flew off the handle, said I ruined the mood, made him feel gross, and I was being ridiculous. I think I proved my point, but he thinks I'm being an asshole. So, am I the asshole?
Yeah.
I gotta tell you.
Yeah, she's an asshole.
If you're in an intimate relationship, if you're in an intimate relationship with somebody and they're doing something that makes you feel uncomfortable, and you show them how uncomfortable you're feeling without actually doing any damage to them, just like making a mockery of what they're doing, I say kudos. This is a great way to air out your fucking problem and explain how, not just that you're feeling uncomfortable, but how you're feeling, because now he gets it, but he doesn't because he thinks that it's not possible for you to feel the way you're feeling, despite that you're telling him and showing him. He's still like, wow, you're an asshole.
Hold on, you're on the female side on this one?
Oh, God, yes.
Okay.
And I think it's fucking hilarious. I think that's the perfect solution to the problem.
Okay.
Like, if some fucking girl wants me to do something that I'm uncomfortable, let's just say I'm uncomfortable with choking. I'm not, but let's say I am. I would just, like, in return be like, all right, but you have to punch me in the face. That's like, it's such a good counter offer.
Yeah. See, you have no problem being called daddy because if she asks you to call her mommy, you would prefer that.
Oh, I see what happened here. This is unfair.
It's not unfair. It's true.
Do you think so? Do you think I don't know what it's called, but you know that whole gimmick where a dude wants to dress up like in a diaper and be bottle fed? You think I'd be into that?
The fact that you're asking me makes me think you would be.
There are multiple reasons why I wouldn't be, and I'm pretty open. I'm pretty open in the bedroom. I'm willing to try a lot of stuff.
The fact that you just told the world that you're physically and emotionally capable of choking a human being while you're having sex with them is disturbing.
You've never been with a girl who likes to be choked in the bedroom?
If a girl asked me to choke her, I would immediately get up and leave.
Hold on, just to be clear, you will fuck a married woman in the carpeted lined bed of your truck, but you won't give a bitch a choke if she asks for it?
Zero chance.
Oxygen deprivation elevates the orgasm. That's just science, bro.
Yeah, I'm out, bro. That's not
David
true.
Carradine died
That's not
with
true.
a fucking necktie around his neck, fucking jerking one off.
That's not true, Pat. That oxygen deprivation intensifies the orgasm. It actually ruins the orgasm. You should really look that up. I read that in
Where are you getting that information?
I read it in Cosmopolitan, whatever that fucking chick magazine is.
Yeah, Cosmo. There's no fucking way.
That's 100% factual. They say that when a woman's having an orgasm, it's important to remind them to breathe while they're having it. Because if they breathe, they will have a more intensified, longer orgasm.
Here's what we're going to do. At the fair, I'm adding this question right now. I'm adding this question. We have multiple sheets with questions, interviews, short interviews for you number niners to answer at the fair. I'm going to add this for both men and women.
There's no way. The question
for females is going to be, what's that?
I can't wait to hear this. Go ahead. I'm going to veto this on the spot, I'm pretty sure.
We'll ask the women if they enjoy light spanking and light choking in the bedroom.
I am not asking
the men if they've ever been with somebody who enjoys being choked in the bedroom.
I'm not saying that people don't enjoy it. I'm just saying that if a woman ever asked me to do that, I would immediately get up and leave.
Now, if she brings her child into the bed to sleep in between you, that's fine.
That's not fine. But I was tired and I went to bed. I'm just saying. You people are in some weird shit.
Anyways, more sex with the hillside strangler on the next episode.
Here's my thing with that, Pat. This is my whole thing, is that I'm not a big violent person. Like, I'm not big on violence. And I would feel, even though they asked for it, I feel like that's a setup for me to go to jail for abuse.
Well, Tom, you're not murdering them. Like, I don't think they want you to collapse their fucking esophagus.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, some people enjoy being choked in bed. Not even just women. Some men enjoy it.
I think you do, but
Tom, how do I wear my hoodie? You know this. How do I wear my hoodies?
I don't fucking know.
Do I not cut from the opening in the hoodie all the way down to the lettering of the hoodie on every fucking hoodie I own?
I have no idea. I've never paid attention.
I can't stand things touching my neck. If I could cut all my t-shirts, I would.
Why can't you? Don't be stopping you.
Because t-shirts are flimsy. They just rip once you cut them.
Not second armaments.
Facts.
Anyway. All right, Pat. So Pat likes choking bitches, and we're getting into 3-finger news.
All right.
I feel like this is a meme of some sort. I'm not sure how this is 3-finger news.
Here's the thing. It's a true story, and I thought it was such a good story that I wanted to fucking put it in a 3-finger news.
Okay.
Have you read it already?
No.
Okay. So this is the story. When my dad and stepmom met, my dad swore that he had met her before, but he couldn't remember when or where. Eventually, he decided he'd seen her in Cody, Wyoming, the town where he grew up. She swore she'd never even been to Wyoming. She's from Oregon, and that's where they met. Several years later, after they'd been married a while, stepmom mentions to her mom that my dad swears he met her in Cody, but she's never been there. Her mom says, yes, you have, and pulls out a photograph from 1956 of her, age 9, riding a mechanical horse, like a children's one. And in the background, standing around in the crowd, is my dad and his 2 brothers, ages 8, 10, and 11. She submitted the story to a local magazine for Valentine's Day and won a trip to a resort. Isn't that the craziest fucking thing?
Sounds made up to me, like they just wanted to win a trip to a resort, Pat.
That's fucked up. I thought that was a great story.
Yeah, it was a great story that somebody thought of.
You're a piece of shit. Tom, I want you to know that while we're about to do 3-finger news, which invariably is going to lead to you being depressed and you'll be all upset, I put something fun at the end of the episode so that we can go out on a bang.
To be fair, I told you before we even started the show that I didn't want to cover this, but here we go.
We already did the timeline, Tommy.
Yeah, we could have put any fucking story in here. You just love talking about this shit. Go ahead.
That's a former police detective, Kelly Goodlett, admitted today that she had helped mislead a judge into authorizing a raid of Breonna Taylor's apartment in Louisville, Kentucky, setting in motion the faulty nighttime operation in which the police fatally shot Taylor. This is the article. Former Louisiana Metro Police Department Detective Kelly Goodlett pleaded guilty to a felony conspiracy charge in federal court on Tuesday, becoming the first officer who will be convicted for their role in the deadly 2020 raid of Breonna Taylor's home. Goodlett, 35, resigned from the police department on August 5th, the day after the U.S. Department of Justice announced federal charges against her and 3 other officers from Louisville. The felony conspiracy charge carries a maximum sentence of 5 years in prison and up to $250,000 in fines. Goodlett, along with her partner Joshua Janes, knowingly provided false information to a judge in order to secure the search for Taylor's apartment. The two falsely claimed they had verified with a U.S. postal inspector that Taylor's ex-boyfriend, who was the subject of a narcotics investigation, was getting packages delivered to Taylor's home. Then, in the 2 months following Taylor's killing, prosecutors said Goodlett and Janes concocted a cover story to feed investigators through text messages, phone calls, and a secret meeting. Taylor's mother, Tamika Palmer, sat in the gallery during the proceedings. She wore a dark blue shirt that said, "Say her name," emblazoned on the back. Although prosecutors have not confirmed it, there's reason to believe that Goodlett took a plea deal in exchange for providing information to federal prosecutors. Attorney Ben Crump, who represented Taylor's family in a wrongful death lawsuit against the city, has claimed Goodlett is cooperating with the feds, and her testimony has been pivotal to the investigation. Jane's attorney, Thomas Clay, also said now this is the officer who has not admitted doing anything wrong yet, also said a separate LMPD scandal regarding officers throwing slushies at random residents may have added to the pressure on Goodlett to cooperate. The extent to which Goodlett cooperated with federal investigators still remained unclear after her guilty plea on Tuesday. Under the plea agreement, prosecutors said they would not bring additional charges against Goodlett based on the existing evidence. There was no information provided in open court about whether Goodlett plans to testify against the other 3 officers under federal indictment. Part of the plea agreement is still under seal. Both Janes and Meany pleaded not guilty to the 4 charges they're facing. Janes was the officer who prepared the search warrant application alongside Goodlett, and Meany was their supervisor. All 3 worked in LMPD's place-based investigations unit, which focused on interrupting drug trafficking and violent crime, and has since been disbanded. That unit was responsible for the narcotics investigation that led to Taylor's killing. Janes was fired from the department in January 2021 and lost 2 subsequent employment appeals. Meany was still employed by LMPD when the federal indictments came down, but was fired last week. Former LMPD detective Brett Hankinson also pleaded not guilty to charges that he used unconstitutional excessive force when he shot blindly into Taylor's apartment. Hankinson is the only officer under federal indictment who actually participated in the middle of the night raid on Taylor's home. As police attempted to bust down Taylor's door, her boyfriend Kenneth Walker shot once at them. Walker later said he thought they were intruders. Prosecutors allege Hankinson responded by firing multiple bullets through a covered patio door and bedroom window, endangering Taylor and her neighbors in the apartment complex. Hankinson was indicted on state-level charges for the same actions in September 2020 for alleged wanton endangerment of Taylor's neighbors. A 12-member jury acquitted him in March. Tom, everybody said the same thing when this happened. It was she wasn't sleeping and the boyfriend took the first shot, and if she wasn't hanging out with a drug dealer, she wouldn't have been killed, and blah, 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 blah. And all of those things can be debated until the day is long. But the truth is, if the fucking justice system was executed properly, none of this happens. Right? These people had to lie to get permission to do the thing that killed this girl, because they couldn't get this guy doing their job the right way. They said, fuck it. They took the law into their own hands. I'm judge, I'm jury, I'm executioner. And they did what they had to do to get the warrant illegally. And then they killed somebody who had nothing to do with anything.
To say that she had nothing to do with anything is a stretch, but yeah, that's apparently what happened.
Well, I mean, nothing to do with anything. They're there because drugs are being delivered to a home that drugs aren't being delivered to. So automatically, she has nothing to do with anything. Drugs aren't being delivered to her home. She's sleeping in bed.
Did they find drugs there? I have no idea if they did or not.
It doesn't matter if they found drugs there because they weren't supposed to fucking be there.
All right.
There's a legal process, man. If we have to follow the law, they got to follow the law.
Listen, man, we're going to debate this till we're blue in the face. You know what I know that is not happening? I don't know any drug dealers, so the chances of this happening to me are pretty slim. She knew a drug
I got
dealer.
news for you. You do know drug dealers, motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't know anybody that's dealing narcotics. And
It'd
I
be
really
crazy if you got murdered for just being next to one of them.
To be honest with you, I really don't know any drug dealers. I don't hang out with any drug dealers.
Off of the podcast, we can revisit this conversation.
No, you're thinking of a person who, as far as I know, does no longer deal drugs. So
you don't know who I'm thinking of. That's not fair.
I'm pretty sure I do. Does he have long hair?
I'm thinking of multiple people, Tom. I'm not going to get into it on the podcast.
That I hang out with.
I said you knew them. You said I don't know any drug dealers.
Okay, I don't hang out with any drug dealers. I'm sure I do know, but I don't hang out with them.
Let's just say you did hang out with a drug dealer. Do you deserve to die for it?
I don't think anybody deserves to die for dealing drugs. No. But I also don't.
And I didn't even say dealing drugs. I said hanging out with a drug dealer. But you're right. Even if this guy was a drug dealer, he didn't deserve to die. He didn't die. The girlfriend did. But that's not the punishment for dealing drugs. It's not death.
I don't believe anybody would have died in that scenario. The cops wouldn't have fired a bullet if he didn't fire at him first.
I don't believe that Kenneth Walker would have fired a bullet out of the apartment if the cops weren't there illegally.
But hold on. That's not true. That at the time they were there legally. They illegally obtained a search warrant to be there. But at the time, it was deemed legal for them to be there. They had a search warrant.
Valid. If the cops followed the law, this wouldn't have happened. How about that?
Okay, that's fair.
You know what that means? That means they were acting illegally.
Who are the cops?
Yeah, anything subsequent of the law being broken was illegal.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm not disagreeing that them being there was under a false pretense. I'm not disagreeing with that. But at the time that Mr. Hunter Hayes or whatever that guy's name is fired upon them, they had a legal reason to be there. It was later found out that it was under false pretenses. So, yes, subsequently it was illegal. But at the time, everything that they were doing was quote unquote legal. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So now, yeah, I do. I totally understand what you're saying. So what you're saying is the cops that were there that night who acted within the law as far as they knew.
Yep.
Should be at least considered for being cleared for what they did.
100%.
Because they weren't the ones who broke the law to begin with.
And they were fired upon, so they had every right to fire back.
So if we were to flip this coin, you agree that Breonna Taylor had no right being murdered since she wasn't the one who was being investigated for breaking the law and wasn't the one who fired the gun.
I never said that it was right of her to be shot in the first place.
I know, but everybody, they're like, oh, well, I didn't want her to die, but it is what it is. She shouldn't have hung out with a drug dealer. That's like saying, well, it is what it is. Those police shouldn't have hung out with dirty police or shouldn't have followed the direction of a dirty order. It is what it is, right? I mean, that's where we're at. They should go to jail for life, whether they did anything wrong or not, because they committed an act that was unlawful.
I think the people that obtained the search warrant illegally should absolutely have very harsh punishments. And
yeah, I can't believe even with taking a fucking plea deal, her sentence is a maximum of 5 years. Are you fucking kidding me? Imagine her getting even the $250,000 fine and a 5-year sentence, and that satisfying the mother of this woman. Are you fucking high?
But the law that she, I don't know, but maybe they could bring murder charges against her. I don't know. Again,
I think they should say, you can get out of prison when Breonna Taylor's mother can hug Breonna Taylor again.
She was able to hug her in the casket.
You're a piece of shit.
Oh, it's not funny when I say it, but you put pictures of dead babies up here with no fucking noses and think that shit's funny.
Okay, first off, it was one dead baby. Second, he was alive in the picture. Third, I laughed at what you said. I just said you were a piece of shit.
Okay.
I still love you.
I never said I didn't love you. I would prefer never to talk about this ever again.
What if more news develops?
I don't fucking care.
All right, okay. Let's think outside the box. What if Breonna Taylor comes back to life? Would
That's
you
not-
then like to revisit this conversation?
No.
Okay, so if we have a proven case of somebody coming back to life, you don't want to talk about that?
No.
What if it was somebody else?
No.
Okay, what if you died, but then you came back to life? Would we do another episode of the podcast?
Maybe.
What a
Depends.
hypocrite. Jesus.
It depends on if I died fucking listening to another story about Breonna Taylor. Jeez.
All right, Tom, what's the next segment? It's not Three Finger News because we don't end on bad notes.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why you gotta do this every fucking week. Every week you put
What do you
something
mean?
in.
We're ending on a good note now.
Yeah, we'll see about that. We got
It's a roller coaster. We went to the dip and now we're back to the peak, baby.
Yeah, we'll see. We got a YouTube from this fucking guy. We'll see what this is about.
We had this young lady in our store with her kids buying a large amount of groceries, and she was using a food stamp card, but it got declined. She tried multiple times, even tried removing some items, nothing would go through, and she was about to give up. And the lady behind her saw this, stepped up, ran her card, paid for the entire order, and just told her pay it forward one day. But there was a lady behind our Good Samaritan. She saw this and got upset, and told our Good Samaritan, "You obviously have the money, you can pay for mine too." Our Good Samaritan respectfully declines this, and our Karen just gets irate, telling our Good Samaritan that it wasn't fair for her to do it for one and not everyone, and that she only had a small amount of items. It got so bad that our Karen looked at the first lady and said, "Your little food stamp card can definitely take care of my item. Just pay it forward to me." This is where I get called out there, and she immediately starts screaming at me, telling me, "Don't touch me." Y'all, I didn't have any intention of touching her. By this time, the mother and the Good Samaritan had completed their purchases, and they were just trying to leave. But the Karen is in front of them, refusing to let them go anywhere, demanding that they pay for her order. Long story short, the police get called and the Karen gets escorted out of the building. And the entire way out, screaming and crying that it wasn't fair. Y'all stay petty, and I'll see you guys next time. We had this young lady in
All right. That's a good story. That was a good story.
That's fucking crazy.
It's not crazy, dude. That's the fucking reality that we live in. People are fucking stupid.
I'm so glad that fucking woman got arrested at the end of that story.
I'm not sure where the good part comes in.
Could you imagine the fucking balls on this woman being like, "Well, you have a food stamp card. You paid for my groceries." No one, like, what the fuck?
To be fair, I don't know anything about this lady that caused the ruckus, nor do I agree with her one bit. I just want to preface this story with that first. But technically, she should have paid for that lady's groceries because it was her money anyway.
Oh my god!
Is that a bad take?
You're assuming that woman who wants her groceries paid for is a tax-paying citizen, and we don't know that.
Well, that's what I said. I don't know anything about this lady. She may not be.
That's what an unusually unfavorable take you have.
Well, Pat, you know, when you do these things and you put me in these situations, these are the kind of takes I have.
Did you separate so we could do a question of the week so that Nick could give away a Heavenly Soft t-shirt from Second Armament Apparel or perhaps a hat?
I didn't even know that we had a question of the week.
We literally called it the question of the week and then read the Am I the Asshole?
No, I did not, Pat. And like I told Nick from Second Armament, until we get some other people other than our friends and family respond to these questions, I will not give away any more Second Armament Apparel. We need people who don't listen every week that we don't know, responding to these questions, giving us answers, getting it out there. You know what I mean?
There you go. Challenge cast. Who's going to take Tommy up on the challenge? Here's the trick. We can't know who you are. No previous experience.
I don't care if I know who you are. I'm just tired of the same. It's only the same 3 people responding to our question every week.
Yeah, you can't be some married chick that Tom fucked 10 years ago. You can't be some chick that likes to be choked in bed. You got to be a stranger.
Where the fuck is Dip? Dip hasn't. He's always praising what a great company Second Armament is. He ain't responding trying to get any free merch.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Dip Dizzy Whistle. I hope we see him at the fair. What I'm concerned with is how both of you are going to get your hands into the tent. It's only a 10 by 15 tent.
It's a 10 by 20 tent. Get your facts straight, Pat.
Oh, so you guys might be able to get each one hand into the tent.
The fucking tent is huge, Pat. I know that you weren't there because you were sleeping the morning we set it up originally, but it's fucking massive.
This brain needs rest. I got to give this thing beauty sleep.
Don Lindsay would say that it was nicer than my house because he said that I lived in a cardboard box.
I'm going to tell him that you brought this up again.
Oh, please. I continue to bring it up to him every time I see him at his fucking pizza shop, making those fucking pizzas. Anyway. So Pat, we got this will be out on Monday, so that gives us 5 days until the fair.
Yep.
All the number 9 with Tommy merch is made. We got some fucking killer hats. We got killer shirts. We're coming up with a new design for our new shirts, which was inspired by Steve on the previous podcast. Number 9 with Tommy podcast, always on brand, always off topic, will be the next shirt that we come out with. We're pretty sure. Yeah, we can't wait to see everybody there. Nick's got like 10 different designs he's bringing, bunch of fucking hoodies, bunch of hats. It's gonna be a good time. So Goshen Fair this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, because Monday's Labor Day. Doors open, I think, at 8 a.m. on Saturday. And it goes 8 to 10 Monday or Saturday and Sunday, and then I think it's 8 to 6 on Monday. We should be there every day for the full time. Yeah, come by, say hi, buy some merch, do an interview. Hopefully we got everything all set up for that. Pat, anything you want to add?
Number 9ers, I say good day.